What's going on, guys? It's Lily216. This is a video about what's good and bad about PES 2013 and what needs fixing for 2014 and what I'd also like to see in 2014 as well. So let's get the ball rolling with what should even be in PES 2013, never mind PES 2014. Just watch this goal, and when I saw this going live play, I thought, oh my god, this just something so wrong about this goal. And I was thinking, how on earth did he win the header? When I zoomed in, look at this guy, his head has gone straight through this person's body. That's clipping to the next level. Clipping shouldn't even happen in these sorts of games now, and when it does, it should not have this sort of impact. And even then, even though he goes his head goes into the guy's body, it never actually makes contact with the ball. So PES always has this invisible force that needs to just be vanished. If the player's not going to touch the ball, then he should have no impact in the game. Now another issue in this game is, sometimes I pass the ball to someone and he won't react till it's way too late. Or say I pass that ball to PK, who's just behind Ronaldo in this clip, is it? Yeah. And what'll happen is Xavi will end up running for the ball instead of PK, even though it's right next to PK. And it's not even a suggestion idea here. It's just something that the PES team need to look at and think, why are our players switching off? So let's move on to the refereeing decisions and the engine of this game, because they have a massive impact on each other. What I don't want to see happening is this. Look how Rafa goes in ready to jostle and Ronaldo just runs on like there's no defender within 10 yards of him. You want to see Ronaldo jostling back, acknowledge that there's an actual player within his radius and sort of stuff, but none of that happens. And for some stupid reason, the referee gives a free kick against Ronaldo. Ronaldo's done nothing. He has to have done something to give a free kick away, but nope, the referee decides to give a free kick against him. Now, yeah, I know the defender should have intercepted that pass there, and I'll talk about interceptions later, but I want to quickly talk about the referee's ability to call a foul, because look, the defender here gets nothing on the ball there. He literally kicks his opponent off the ball and then picks it up here, and then you'll see the next challenge where this guy gets a touch on the ball, and it's a honest challenge, and he gets a good touch on the ball as well, and the referee pulls up for a foul. And then the next one, you'll see Gareth Bale literally just flying from behind, and the referee won't even do anything. So it's so inconsistent, and that's just with the foul calling. Watch how inconsistent they get once they actually start making the correct foul call, and then it'll give a yellow card here, a red card there, and it's the exact same challenge. And you'll see worse challenges get away with yellow cards, and you'll see an innocent challenge get a red card. Now what I want you to do is take note of the players that are getting booked, look at their reactions and sort of stuff. Because with the new engine, I remember them saying something like, bring a better atmosphere to the game, bring more emotions to the game. And when they said more emotions, I thought they could actually build characters into the game, so you can get your Joe Bartons and you can see their reaction to when they get a dirty foul on them, when they give a yellow card away. And then you've got your humble players who will just accept the card. You got your other players your petulant ones when they get fouled and that sort of stuff. So you see different reactions, and it'll bring a lot more player ID into the game. And that's what they were looking to bring on anyway, because they introduced player ID last year, and they're obviously looking to enhance that. So that's another great way to do, not just how they kick the ball and how they run with it, but other side off the ball as well. So that'd be great. And this is the most innocent challenge getting penalised so harsh, it's unreal. This is what I mean, it's so inconsistent. But I remember a quick word with the engine. They said that they were building it with the Fox engine. Well, now they're saying that they're building it using the Fox engine. So it's not the Fox engine, it's the building it using the Fox engine, but specifically for PES, which sounds good to me, to be honest, because not all the Fox engine will be relevant for PES. Take example for Metal Gear Solid, there'll be explosions. PES doesn't need data wasted on stuff like that, so it's great that they're using it specifically for PES. Now you saw there Ronaldo heading, and the invisible force needs to be gone again, because that affects players that are in a better position to head the ball, and it just ruins it for you. Now what I want you to take note here is, look at all these types of headers you see. I do not take into consideration the player I'm using, the type of cross, if he's running or standing still. None of that goes into consideration in this game, because there's no proper heading system. What I'd like to see is a proper heading system. So if I want to go for a header, the moment I click the shoot button or pass button for heading, the player should jump if the ball's in the air, and if I've pressed it so early, I might header it on the way back down, and or I might miss the header altogether. Because what I want to be able to do is, if I'm buying a player, I might think, I want to buy him because he's got a good jump, because I can take off a lot earlier than a lot of other people, and that's my advantage. Now the heading stat itself is important, because not just because how good the header will be, but he will most likely pick the most appropriate header for the situation. So if he needs to like cushion it or smash it into the net or stuff like that, just think of Ronaldo in Rome. What you have to do there in that game, can you remember when he scored against Roma? Sorry, not, well, he was in Rome as well, but can you remember how he comes sprinting in and he took off really early? You can't do that in PES, because if you click the jump button, it makes no difference. It'll just header it when it wants to. Now, moving on to goalkeepers. When I saw this, I was like, wow, is it really that bad? He comes running out on his own accord and then doesn't anticipate shot. What was he doing? Trying to come out for a tackle or something? It's just so bad. I don't even know where to start with the goalkeepers, to be honest. But I can say the one thing they've done, they've made the lesser goalkeepers bad in a wrong way. And I think it's partially down to the lack of stats that they've got for goalkeepers. All they've really got is what, goalkeeping skill and responsiveness, probably body balance and defense stat that really affects them. They need to give the goalkeepers more dedicated stats and possibly traits so they can bring out the ID of the goalkeeper. So for example, you've got most Premiership goalkeepers are like, just say, box commanders. So they, when it comes to corners, they'll have a good aggression stat because they'll like, like to come out and help the defenders and punch the ball clear, where De Gea isn't one of them, so he probably won't have the box commander. And look at this clip here, it just shows the lack of animations. I've never seen a goalkeeper try to claw one out, and it just shows the bad decision making, how he tries to take it at the lowest point even though it's going to go into the back of the net, and it doesn't bother him. But yeah, as I was saying, more dedicated stats and traits. So it's like box commander could be one, mixed with aggression as the actual stat for goalkeeping aggression. You've got sweeper keeper for Loris, so he could be really effective at people who knock the ball over the top. He can come out on his own accord at the right times and look to clear it, and he's quick off the line as well, so you can mix that with top speed and acceleration, and obviously that would be more effective. Now look at these top goalkeepers here. Look how they end up going down so early with the wrong diving animation. Here, look, he goes to smother the ball. That's just so wrong. I understand the goalkeepers going down early and try to actually prevent the goal, but they don't actually like cover up any of the goal. They almost make it easier for the attacker. I remember Konami saying that they actually redeveloped goalkeepers and they studied them. Well, which goalkeepers were they studying? A bunch of 7-year-olds or something? Look, how are goalkeepers in a position where they're in front of them and within a step later they're running side by side? No trick is being done. Look at this. That's just awful, that is. And also another thing I'm pretty sure is, look how they deal with certain situations. This I hate when goalkeepers do. I have a man on the line sometimes and it ends up hitting them because they just won't react and it'll go in. That is just not a realistic way of dealing with it. What you're seeing now, if a goalkeeper can't handle it, these are realistic ways. See, this is where goalkeeping handling can come into effect. You might be a top goalkeeper, but your handling might not be the best. Like for example, De Gea hasn't got the best handling, so he might be doing a lot of these spills and stuff like that, and then your decision making would or shall we say the goalkeeping actual skill, the stat goalkeeping skill can decide your decision making on these sorts of things, whether you parry it, whether you go for catches and stuff like that. Now another area which is really bad for goalkeeping is the distribution. It's so limited, and look at these. The goalkeeping throws itself are so bad, but look, I do a full power throw and he decides to underarm. It's that bad. I'm going to show you more than once. Look at that full power throw and he decides to throw it underarm to like the furthest player instead of overarm. And we don't see if you hold sprint and then do it, you want to see like a whipped throw, like sidearm and stuff like that. The sidearm throw in this isn't even that effective. It doesn't really feel any different to any other throws. So now let's move on to the defenders. Look at this. Look at Carlo Torre in this clip. He should be controlling that, or I don't know how he loses that ball. He reacts to the goalkeeper, parrying it. The goalkeeper should do better there. But look at this. The defenders spaz out way too much in this. And look at Rio Ferdinand. Look, you can anticipate a shot. Maybe that may not be the easiest one to clear, but at least show that you're gonna go for it. Like jump for it or do something. And the best example is this one here. Look at that. Look how close company is to the ball when the pass is played. I was anticipating that it's going to select him. I could either control it because he's that close. You could control it if he carried on running, or I could header it away. I could do whatever. That's why you can see Maicon running in that direction, because I was anticipating that company was going to get to the ball, and instead it selects Maicon and gives Ronaldo a free run at goal. That sort of stuff needs sorting out big time, because it happens all the time, all over the pitch. Now here, look at this. Anticipation does not always get you the rule. Look, Ramos is already backstepping to intercept the pass, and it somehow still goes through the legs. I don't know if it's a lack of animations or what, And here is another lack of animations, and shows a bit of crap ball physics as well, to be honest, because that hits Rio Ferdinand almost flush on the leg, so the ball should not be skimming off him like that. And then Rio Ferdinand should know that's a goal line clearance, or even if it's not a goal line clearance, you know, I'm clicking slide tackle here to, like, you know, stop it and, you know, just chuck everything that I've got behind the ball just to stop it getting past him. And, you know, it doesn't do anything, it just shows bad animations and just bad physics, so they need to sort that sort of stuff out. Now this clip here is going to sum up the new tackling system for me. It's so hit and miss and inconsistent as well, like the decisions they make. Look at this Mascherano. I was expecting, like, he's a good defender in this game, he's pretty highly rated in this game as a defender as well, so I was anticipating a proper challenge from him, and I was anticipating something like this, what we see here from Poyle. So look, you see a good challenge there, the correct, like, attempt of a challenge. Now watch Darren Fletcher's challenge next. Darren Fletcher's like a decent, like, midfielder as well, and he's good defensively. Now look at this. Why would you go in for a tackle like that? Look how late Fletcher goes in for the challenge. So if that guy was purposely going in late, that wasn't even good enough to be a cynical challenge. And I think Konami need to, like, you know, get that decision making of the tackles right and stuff. The decision making in this game is so, like, hit and miss, so that's why the tackling is probably hit and miss as well. These are just clips for you to enjoy where I talk about things that I can't really show. But before I talk about things that I can't really show, I want to show you one last clip that's right at the end of the video. Keep your eyes out for it. You'll see all the effects of, you know, the stupid goalkeeping decisions, the way the defenders switch off, and even overpowered players. The very last clip will show you why it's such a problem. Now, what I want to see in the next PES is weather effects. That would be, like, you know, you can talk about all the aesthetics, but I want to talk about the gameplay. I'll talk about gamer. I'll do another video for gamers, how to make Master League Online better, Master League, Become a Legend, all that stuff, and, you know, possible additions, like more game modes, and have a league mode back as well. I'll do another video about that in a bit more detail. But what I want to see is, like, weather effects. So, you know, when it's raining, the ball, like, you know, slides across the floor quicker, and slide tackles coming in from a, you know, greater distance because they can, you know, slide a lot longer and stuff like that. I'd like to see snow brought into the game, because what it'd do, it'd open up opportunities for Master League for it to be more, like, you know, seasonal and stuff like that. But I'll go more into detail about that in the next video. But the effects of having snow before a match on the pitch could be that, you know, the pitch hardens up and the ball bounces higher. And a cherry on the cake for me would be dynamic weather effects, so the weather changing during the course of a match, and then obviously if it starts raining fast, the ball will start to slide a lot faster than it did at the start of the match. And even I'd be really impressed if they had it where too much water would slow down the ball, and same with the snow, and that would be, like, you know, just a cherry on the cake. But that could be like a, you know, if they thought about it in this engine, then that could be a possibility. I'm glad about one thing in this game, and that's the player ID isn't overpowered. They've pulled it off really well as well with the players that they've done it with. So I want to see that library of players grow as well. Like they said, they've done 15, they're going to look to expand for more. So I'm glad that that isn't an overpowering factor. The thing that, if you think anyone's overpowered, it's normally down to the stats, not the way, you know, that the player ID has been implemented. I think that's been great the way they've done that. I'd like to see more effective tricks put in the game as well, and, you know, transitions of things, make it a lot more smoother and stuff like that. I'd like to see, like, I know a lot of people want to see, like, coloured nets and third kits, so why not? If, you know, if it's, I'm sure that shouldn't be too hard a, you know, problem. I think Konami just think it's not important, and it's not important to them, so, you know, what's the point putting it in? But it matters to a lot of people, so why not put it in? I'm sure it wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world. And this was the clip I was on about how, you know, overpowering and all them sorts of things come in. Normally people will just smash it from there, and a player will just run onto it, and it just happens so often. And look at that, Lavezzi, that's an, like, overpowered player. How can he shrug off Carlos Boy? Within my wildest dreams, never think he would do that. But anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. I'm going to be doing another video very shortly about enhancing the game modes and, you know, adding new game modes. So if you did enjoy watching this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, remember to subscribe. And one final thing, thanks for watching, guys.